Hello, on this part 18 of this 16-story building using the software ProtaStructure, we are about entering into the substructure design, which is basically the pi foundation design. And looking at this building right now, if you are a good follower of Ekidel, you should know that we started this building from the part 1 up to this part 18. So currently right now, we are done with the superstructure design and we have checked all our members and everything looks okay. So we are now about to enter into the substructure, which we decided to use a pi foundation for the foundation design of this 16-story building. So right now, before we must begin our pi foundation design, pi foundation basically using this software comprises of 3 steps, and that 3 steps are: 1, you must first design for the pi cap. Then you will now go and design for what? For the pi. And then you will now go and design for the pi connecting beam, which is most times called grade beams. Okay. So now, out of these 3 stages of pi foundation design using this software, each of the stages again comprises of sub stages. Okay. So right now we are going to begin first with the pi cap, which is the first stage of pi foundation design using this software ProtaStructure. And with that, before we must begin the pi foundation design, we are meant to make or to perform some settings which we conform to and which will also be useful during the pi foundation design along this design. Now, if you don't follow up these steps and if you don't perform those settings, then you will have issues on your pi foundation design. So right now, we are beginning with the pi cap, and before that, we have to go and make some settings. Okay, so right now I will have to go out from this design from this design interface and go back to my model view interface. Okay, so right now I'll just go right quickly here, click on display here, and then go out from this design interface and enter into the model interface. Okay, so on this now, I will now have to come here and click on this place that says visual interrogation here. Now, on clicking on this now, the next thing I'll do right now is to now allow it to now display. So once the dialog box displays, I will now go and turn off this design status interface. Okay, and then now keep it on none, which will now take us to the model interface. Okay, so right now I'll just scroll up. As you can see right now, it is currently on the design status interface. I will now scroll up here, and then once I scroll up, I will now have to go and activate the non-interface. So this non-interface right now takes us to the model interface where we did our modeling, which is around the part 1, part 2, up to part 15 and all that. So right now, once this non-interface now is now being activated, it will change from this status to now model interface. Okay, so with this now, I will now come here and then click on okay. So you can now see now that it has now changed from the status to the model interface. So we have now moved from the design interface to the model interface, as you can see right now. So this now becomes our model interface, which we have now landed. Okay, so right now, to still proceed, before we can begin to set the settings which are going to use for the pi cap design, the first thing we're going to do is to now make it to be on the plan view, because we cannot work directly on this 3D view interface. So right now, I will now move on to now make it to be on the plan view. Okay, now I'll have to click on this place now. On this story 0 here, I'll make my story 0 to be active. So I'll click on story 0, knowing that all design for foundation or substructure starts from story 0. Okay, except you have a basement where story 0 now becomes the basement, and then your foundation will now become the minus. Okay, so right now I will now come here, right click here, and then turn on my plan view, and then click on change to plan view, and I'll wait for it to now change or switch from the 3D view interface to the plan view interface. Okay, so right now it is trying to switch from the 3D view interface to the plan view interface. So let's give it a while for it to change on that. So on this now, you can now see that we are now on the plan view, which is on the story 1 plan view, on the story 0 plan view. Now if I now activate my story 1 now, you will also see that we are still going to be on the plan view. Now it is on the plan view that you can now make your settings for the pi cap design. Okay, Now, the pie cap design requires different settings, okay? More than 2 settings, okay? So currently, I'll be showing you the 4 settings that you are going to do before you can begin your pie cap design. So the first setting you are going to do is to make sure your axial load for each of the columns and the walls are showing directly on the plan view, okay? So if you check it right now, you can now see that on our column here, the only label we have is the column name and the beams going to the columns. Those are the labels that we have. So right now, we are going to bring out the worst conditions for the load. So we are going to bring out the worst column load combinations for each of these columns. And by doing that, don't get it twisted. Let me show you, because we are not going to bring out all the combinations. We are going to select them and all that, okay? So right now, we will now come here and then click on this place here, and then go back to visual interrogation. But this time around, you will not click on the on the static design. You just come here and then click on the column plan here. Now on the column plan here, the first thing you do is to click on where they say axial load and then nodal load, okay? So you can click on nodal loads or click on axial loads. So most times you can just check the 2 of them, okay? Now these are the 2 loads which will have the maximum load combination. Leave other ones like temperature, they are minor loads. Leave the BM moment and the shear force, they are minor, and all that, okay? And then make sure you click on the at the bottom and not at the top, because the column carries its maximum load, or you get the maximum axial load at the bottom of the column and not at the top of the column, okay? So don't click on the top, only check the bottom one, okay? Now once you've done that, the next thing you're going to do right now is to now come here and then click on this. Now once you click on this, now the next thing you do is to now begin to now select the load, okay? So just hold on for it to drop down. So as you can see right now, we have several load cases. As you can see that we have the G load, which is minor. We also have the Q load, which is life load, which is the minor. And then from this place now, we now begin to now combine the Q plus P1, which is the pattern life load one, and that. Now right now, I'll really go down to this place here. Now once I'm here right now, you can now see that since this building has a wind load, you can see that it also has a wind load of NS and all that, okay? So right now, the first load that we are going to bring out is this. So just follow me up with this. The first load I'm going to turn on, I'll turn on this load here, the G plus Q P1 in bracket G plus Q P1, okay? So I'll turn this on, and then I will turn this on also, and then I will now go all the way down here. I will skip this one here and turn this on, okay? And then I'll go again, go all the way down again, and then turn this on and turn this and this on, okay? So with this now, I will now move on again. Okay, yes, I have turned this on, yes. So these are the load that you are going to turn on. This one, this, and then this, okay? And then now come here and then click on what? Okay. Then come here right now and click on the final okay here. So with this now, you will now see that each of the columns will be having their own column loads based on the combinations that we have selected, okay? And on that right now, you will now be able to see the maximum load combination. So with this now, you can now see that each of the load right now for the column has its own combination. Although when we are about to design for the pie cap, there is still chance for us to check if this combination that we have chosen here are the maximum, because on that place we are now going to see the total combination and the maximum, okay? But right now, these are the combinations that you are meant to bring out. And I can see that each of the column right now has different combination, of which combination 2 are always the maximum, okay? As you can see that on this column of column 11, we have a combination 2 having 6,159.5 kilonewton, which is the maximum compared to all other ones here, okay? Now if we also move to the other one again here, which is column 12, you can see that column 12 has and under combination 2 has 6,112.4 kilonewton, which is the maximum among all of them here. So basically from experience, combination 2 based on this software used to have the maximum load combination, okay? Although, like I said again, during the pi cap design, we will be able to see the maximum load, because in that place it will have to also add up the BM moment force and the shear force and that, and then gives all the critical the critical load that is going on that column and also going to the pi cap and then to the pi. Okay, so right now under this column right now, which is the column this is column 10, you can now see that we have a smaller load here, axial load. As you can see that for this combination 2 is what, 3137.5, as you can see. So basically combination 2 are always the maximum. Also for the walls, you also see that it also has its own combination. Although on the walls now, based on the shape of the wall, you can see that this shape is what, rectangular. You can now see that we have the maximum combination for loads to be on combination what, 5, which is 6308.7. Okay, but for the columns, combination 2 are always seems to be the highest. Okay, so right now we will now go again and check other ones too. As you can see on this other one now, okay, this other one here, combination 2 right now is not basically the highest, but what, combination 3. Okay, so you cannot see that. That's why I selected each of the combinations, because combination 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 and 9 are said to be the maximum among all other load case or load combinations. And among these 7 load combinations here, which is 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, you will not be able to see your maximum among them. Okay, so right now, although the one that carries or that is more occurrence is combination 2, as you can see that most of our columns, as we have seen, are having combination 2. This one right now has combination 8, as you can see that, and then this one also has the maximum to be what, 3. And then this one also has maximum to be under combination 2. That's fine. 2 has the maximum here, and this also has what, this has the maximum to be combination 2. Okay, so combination 2 is most occurrence. And all that, this is also combination 2, and this also combination 2, which is the most occurrence, and all that. So combination 2 basically is the most occurring maximum load combination that you're going to see or have. In this other one right now, we have the most occurrence to be combination what, 3. No, combination 7. No, combination 8. That's yes. Okay, so but in regards to all this, during the pi cap design, you will now see there will be a place where we are going to check for the column load, which you will not see the maximum at all. You will see the maximum. It can be a combination 1, combination 10, and all that. But basically, from experience, it will choose from this one that are listed, which is from 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so right now, this is the first step that you're going to do, which is the first settings. This is very, very important. Don't think it is not important. Very, very important when it comes to pi design. Okay, when it comes to pi foundation design, like I said, pi foundation design comprises of 3 steps, which is 1, the pi cap, 2, the pi foundation itself, the pi design itself, and then the grade beam design, which is the last. Okay, now if you are familiar with how to design foundation beams when we are doing for high foundation and all that, and also for Y strip, then you'll be able to design for your grade beam, because it is still the same step. Although during the modeling of the grade beam, that is when I will have to show you. You need that. Okay, so right now we have done the first step by bringing out this column load and all that for each of the columns. So if you are following up this video, I would advise you use the time frame, the time period that we are going to come again, to write down for each of the column, write down the maximum column load for each of the column. You can take your small jotter or your small notebook and write them down. Column 12 has this, column this has, and all that. Okay, so I would advise you do that and then follow us on that, and then we will see you again on the part 19, which will now enter into the pi cap design. Okay, so see you again on the part 19. Now, if you are new on Ekidel and you have not yet subscribed to our channel Ekidel, I would say you can do that just now by clicking on the subscribe button, and also give this video a thumbs up so that you don't miss our amazing videos. And also, this is why I'm going to give this video a thumbs up, is because you liking this video will help us here on YouTube to make this video to go viral and to reach wider range of engineers too. So that's the only way you can be able to share knowledge, also by giving this video a thumbs up. Okay, so right now I'll be leaving you. See you again on the part 19. God bless you. Bye for now.